Hi everybody, it's Mama Bear Mel. I was going to put this out the other night, but we got hit pretty bad by a big storm that came over the mountain. As most people know, Las Vegas, Henderson, Boulder City, all that we're in a valley between mountain ranges. So when we get a storm, sometimes it can hit pretty hard. Today we got hit with a dust storm. That was fun to drive through. You couldn't see more than 5 feet ahead of you, and the wind was really kicking. We do have our Wi-Fi back. We have our power back. However, the highway we live off of and pretty much use to get everywhere, it's called Boulder Highway. And between Russell and Sunset, which those of you who don't know, those are like two bigger roads, but those who live around here will know what I'm talking about. I believe the energy company said that over 30 poles were knocked over. I saw one of them right outside of my porch, not even 100 feet away, get struck by lightning, and it went down. That's when the power went out. And Nevada Energy is pretty good at getting us our power back. Like I said, I was going to put this out the other night. I'm getting a couple messages about my last video, and I just wanted to clarify a few things. Number one, yes, my oldest is 18, and yes, she does still live at home. And while it is our job to raise responsible adults, it is also our job as parents to at least try to get them an education. And she has about another year of high school left. She'll graduate when she's 19. So there was no way I was going to put the responsibility of having her own place plus trying to graduate high school. Plus, your senior year of high school is filled with the fun stuff. You've got prom, you got senior trip, you got senior pictures, all that. So it's more of a, I don't want to say convenience, but it's just better for her to be at home during her last year of high school. So that doesn't mean that with her being 18, she does whatever she wants. There's still rules in the house that she has to follow, things that have to be done, and she is really good at doing them. She's really good at getting done what she needs to get done, and helping mom out. She's a good kid, good head on her shoulders. As I said in my last video, I'm not worried about her, starving to death or not knowing how to keep her house clean, or not knowing, how to do her own laundry when she does end up getting her own place. We are hoping she's applied at a couple colleges already, and we're hoping that one she gets into has a dorm so that, she's off on her own, but she's more in a structured environment to kind of give a little bit of a transition period for her, instead of just saying, okay, here's your apartment, go to school for college. That was the first thing I wanted to clarify. Second thing I wanted to clarify is I stated very clearly in my last video that I'm not saying make your kids slaves. They all need time to play. However, that doesn't mean that it's a free-for-all in your home. Not if you don't want a messy home. I mean, there's going to be some type of mess. The homes are going to be lived in, and nothing's going to be spotless unless you have no kids, no husband, and no pets. And that's a very lonely life to have. I'm not saying that parents who have spotless houses and spend all their time cleaning, I'm not saying they're doing it wrong either, because that just might be their personality. They may have a type A personality. I have a what I call type A and B. I like things cleaned up. I like things looking nice. However, I'm under the understanding that I don't have a full 24 hours every day to clean. I have to sleep, I have to do my schoolwork, and I have to go to work. Just like, I don't expect my kids to do nothing but cleaning. I'm not saying make your kids your slave. I'm saying put responsibility on them so that when they become adults that, are actually out of the house, that they aren't relying on you to come to their house and clean it for them. You're going to be too busy cleaning your own house after your own self. Just to clarify one more thing. Like I said, I got some messages. Yes, I do things around the house. Yes, there are times I do dishes. Yes, there's time I do laundry. I keep my own room clean and my own bathroom. My kids, their chores are very clear. Their beds are to be made every day. I'm sorry, I'm just a firm believer in making your bed. I think it makes the whole room look neat, nice and neat, even if you got some clutter in there. So, their beds have to be made every day. Their rooms have to be picked up. I don't expect perfection in their rooms. That's their space. But I don't want to have it to where they open their door and there's a stench coming out either. And they each have a list of chores around the house that they take turns doing. Picking up the living room, their bathroom, because the kids have the guest bathroom, laundry, dishes, setting and clearing the table. And for the older ones who I trust with my stove, which would be the two oldest girls, 17 and 18, once in a while they make dinner, especially if I am working at the dinner time and their dad is. They've got to be able to eat. Now, the younger ones are learning how to cook, but I don't want them just willy-nilly going in my kitchen and cooking. Another thing I wanted to clarify, like I said, got messages. When my kids don't do what they're supposed to do, I have different ways of disciplining. I will take away electronics. That's my favorite right now. That gets the point across. They'll lose TV time. They lose outside time. I don't ground them to their rooms. I very well could have, but most of them are readers, and they'll go in there and they'll read a book. And I'm sorry, I don't believe in ever grounding somebody from reading. That's an essential skill to have, young and old. So for me to ground them to their rooms where they go in and they read, they're doing something they enjoy. So I don't ground them to their rooms. I have done writing sentences. I've done writing apology letters. I've done different things. Each child is different, so you have to find a discipline that works for them. And just one last thing that I wanted to clarify. Somebody had asked me, how much do you pay your kids to do their chores? Here's their payment for doing their chores. They get to live in my house. I'm not going to pay them for things that they should be doing on an everyday basis. I'm not paying you to make your bed. Make your bed. That's what you do. I'm not paying you to do your chores. You live here too. Pick up after yourself. If you're on living room and there's toys there, like the 14-year-old on living room, and there's toys there for the 7-year-old, if the 7-year-old is off doing something else that I asked him to do, then by all means, yes, pick up his toys. Otherwise, before you even start straightening the living room, his toys should be picked up. But sometimes I'll pull him away and I have him doing little chores. He's at the age where he's more of a pick up after himself with his toys. He makes his bed every day, 7 years old. He puts his clothes in the hamper every day, 7 years old. And he does the little things like brush his teeth, he takes a shower and stuff like that. But his majority of it is he is mommy's helper. And when I'm at work, he's Cheyenne's helper, which is my oldest. So I don't pay for chores. I don't pay for what they should be doing every day. These are life skills that they're learning. This isn't a job. Now we are trying to work out some type of system out here now that we're starting to get a little settled in, where anything extra they do, they might be able to earn a little bit of money. The girls earn a little bit of money with babysitting. Well, right now we have a running account for that. We had to catch up on bills after making such a large move, 26,000 miles. And, there's ways for them to earn money that doesn't involve chores. But I don't pay for them to do work around the house. I forgot what else I was going to say, but I will say this. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the messages. None of them were really, mean or anything. They were mostly questions and asking me to clarify. And I just found it easier to clarify on here rather than typing out all these messages. So, have a great Saturday. Bye.